Sweet.
Well, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start off with some introductions. I'm Makayla from LandApp. I'm so excited to have you all here today because we're going to be diving into some game-changing tools and strategies to help you elevate your listings, save time, and close more deals faster. First things first, you're going to see some polls in the polls section. So go ahead and fill those out if you'd like. We also encourage a lot of engagement during these webinars. So if you have any questions, feel free to put those in the chat or in the Q&A section, and then we will answer those live. I am going to introduce our speakers. So first off, we have Jaime. She is our Senior Director of Marketing here at LandApp. Jaime, can you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Jaime Gastel H, Head of Marketing at LandGate. I have a BA from CSU and an MA from the University of Colorado and 8 years of experience in marketing.
And joining us as our special guest today is Alok Gupta. He's the CEO and co-founder of AutoReel. This is an amazing AI-powered video creation tool built specifically for real estate professionals. Alok and his team are helping agents across the country create professional, ready-to-post listing videos in just minutes. Alok, can you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you, crew, for having me on this webinar today. Very excited to be here. My name is Alok. I'm the co-founder and CEO of AutoReel. I'm now based in Austin, Texas, although I grew up in San Francisco Bay Area and then also spent some time during the pandemic and afterwards in New York City and Manhattan. I come more so from a technical background. I used to be a product manager at Facebook, and then I was an engineering leader at Snapchat before we got started with AutoReel a few years ago, before any of this AI technology was even there. And I'm a real estate investor myself. So I've been investing throughout California, the Bay Area. So Bay Area, I've got some Airbnbs in Palm Springs, and then here in Austin, Texas as well. So you can see how all of these they've kind of come together to bring us here today with AutoReel, where we help realtors market their listings and themselves.
And I have to say, I personally love AutoReel. I'm on the marketing team here at LandApp, so I'm so excited to have Alok here with us today. It's a game-changing tool for agents who want to save time and still put out polished, engaging content, specifically videos that get attention. To set the stage, I'm just going to tell you a little bit more about LandApp for anyone who's new here. So LandApp is a part of LandGate. We're the go-to property data and mapping app for real estate professionals and landowners. On our mobile app and on desktop, you can view nationwide property boundaries, access detailed property reports, and even view resource values like solar, wind, and carbon potential, all in one place. Plus, you can list unlimited properties for lease or for sale for free on our marketplace. And we're extra excited today because we recently launched LandApp V2 on the Apple and Google Play stores, which includes a brand new look, improved performance, and more features for free users, like our nationwide data layers and unlimited single parcel views. And again, that's all available with the free account on the Apple and Google Play stores. So if you haven't checked it out yet, you're definitely going to want to after today's session. Jamie's going to put some links to download LandApp in the chat. Next, I'm going to set a quick agenda for the webinar for you all. So here's what we've got lined up. We're going to start with what's happening in real estate marketing right now with the data center land rush and AI tools. Then we're going to dive into LandApp's marketplace and property reports as a way to save time, gain clients, and explore new opportunities for properties that you might not have considered before. Then we're going to turn it over to Alok to talk about social media, platform-specific strategies to boost your visibility, and the types of videos that consistently help agents secure new listings. He's going to be showing you how AutoReel has changed the game for real estate professionals and why you need to incorporate video content into your listings. And finally, we are going to wrap things up with something you definitely don't want to miss, which is 2 exclusive offers for attendees, one from AutoReel and then one from LandApp Pro, just to help you put everything that you learned today into action. So Jaime is going to start us off here with the 3 biggest key shifts in marketing happening in 2026.
That's right. We're going to explore the major trends transforming the industry from the rise of AI to the data center gold rush. You'll learn how to refine your digital marketing, leverage platforms like AutoReel, because we all love it here, and use high-tech tools to increase your efficiency. Generative AI like ChatGPT and Gemini are no longer just novelties. It's now integrated into nearly every software and platform. I can't even think of a workflow where it doesn't get used at this point. I don't think anybody can. And guys, I don't know if you know this, but Alok here has worked at Snapchat and Facebook, among some other great companies. How do you feel about AI in general? I'm sure you've seen this coming from like years ago. Where you think it's at, where you think it's headed?
Yeah, great question. I mean, first of all, it's nothing new. It's been around for, 20 plus years now. We just didn't know it. I think there's a new way of doing it with, large language models, which is what everyone's really excited about, but also quickly learning that it's nothing more than just guessing or predicting what the next word or sentence or frame is going to be. And so people are nervous thinking it's going to take away jobs, or challenge, what they're doing today. And I don't think it's any of that. I think it's really just making us all just way more efficient and productive with the time we have. And so things that are very routine or mundane, at least you can accelerate 60, 70% of that. So you focus on the hardest part yourself, which is usually the last 20, 30% of anything anyways. So it's super exciting, nothing new, but also an opportunity for people who are trying to lean in and use this to accelerate the work that they're already doing every single day.
Yeah, which is 100% how I see your AutoReel tool. You can just add a couple photos and it comes out with an amazing video, and it's just so fast and easy. But then you still take it and you can add your own spice and flavor, make it really nice. But that's exactly how we use AI with LandApp and LandGate too, is it's just making things more efficient. Well, I put these charts here to explain how search has been changing and will continue to change in the coming months. Search used to be traditionally siloed into mega browser brands, Google, Yahoo, etc. And over time, it has become more stratified across all platforms, as you can see in the search volume chart. The reason why this is important is because in the very near future, more and more users will only be using generative AI answers. And so your strategies need to change. This means changing how and where you place your media content and how you optimize for traffic as in SEO and GEO. And so we'll go ahead and publish those results from the polls too, to see what everybody's opinions on AI is right now. And on the other hand, real estate is also impacted by the adoption of AI because of the demand for data center development and energy. So this is where LandApp comes in. The US grid is already overwhelmed and is projected to have 30 gigawatts of data center development by the end of the decade. So to put that into perspective, the Hoover Dam generates about 2 gigawatts of power per year. So for savvy real estate professionals and property owners, you should prioritize exposing your properties to energy and data center developers. Hyperscalers have deployed about $400 billion in capital this year. And we've also seen that data center developers will offer 2 to 4 times the market value for their chosen sites. And if you don't believe me, this is just a recent example within the past few weeks. Black Chamber bought a garden nursery for $160 million. I think they should call it the Golden Nursery because the owners had bought it for a mere $2.3 million in 2004. So to get your property in front of data center developers, put it on LandApp. We're the only real estate platform with that specific buyer and lessor network. You can even view the data center index score on properties across the country for free through a property report, which Makayla will show you in just a few minutes. So like we mentioned in the last slide, with targeting specific audiences, your 2026 marketing plan shouldn't be just about volume, but it's also about how people are searching and where they are spending the most time. TikTok is the primary search engine for Gen Z, and videos are also available in search, which means that they will remain as evergreen content that can show up whenever someone is looking for it. So video drives up engagement rates, reduces bounce rates, and creates longer lasting impressions. Traffic, 70% more traffic is achieved on blogs with at least one video. Listings close 30% faster when they have a video. In general, viewers are 17% more likely to convert after watching a video ad. And as you can see in that chart in the bottom left of average time spent daily on social media, the video platforms like TikTok, YouTube, and Insta are the biggest winners. So now that we've talked about just some general trends going on in marketing, we'll show you some great initiatives to do for 2026. So for the AI generative search responses, it's important to understand the basics of SEO and GEO. This will generally only apply to real estate professionals and brands because it typically is a longer term strategy. The main thing I want you to take away from this is that good video will improve your SEO, GEO, and live within these important platforms like TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram forever. Video is the best thing you can create and use in blogs, social posts, listings, and advertisements. The one thing that I'd point out other than that is it seems like GEO prefers to cite content from forums and places like Wikipedia. So if that isn't in your realm of marketing this year, you may want to add that for next year. And so that's all I'm going to say. Oops, my earbud just popped out. That's all I'm going to say for that right now. But these slides are going to be available in a follow-up email. So feel free to dive in deeper there, but that in and of itself could be its own webinar. And we definitely want to give space for Alok to share some more. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Makayla. She's going to talk about how you can actually get that exposure to data center and energy developers.
Yeah, so thank you, Jaime. As you mentioned, the AI boom has led to an increased demand for data centers. Developers and top tech companies building data centers are willing to lease or buy properties, and they're willing to pay top dollar for land that checks their boxes, up to 2 to 4 times market value or more. Although they're, again, more often buying properties as opposed to leasing them, we are seeing more of a trend towards leasing, specifically within an example that kind of came out recently this week with the US Air Force, who's going to be leasing some of their land for data centers, not selling it. So there are lease and buy opportunities there. And LandApp is really unique because it is the only marketplace where you can list those properties for lease or for sale and get directly in front of those data center developers. So there's no fees, no commissions, or obligations to accept any offers, just opportunity. So if you haven't listed on LandApp yet, I highly recommend it. The GIF on the left shows you just how fast and easy it is to make a listing. And for all the real estate professionals here, there's no limit on the number of listings you can create. You can do unlimited properties, unlimited listings for free. And let's go to the next slide for the property reports. And this is one of my favorite features inside LandApp. So we have 2 different kind of subscription plans for LandApp. There's the free version where you can export 3 property reports in a PDF format. Or with LandApp Pro, the subscription is $6 per month. You can generate and customize unlimited PDF property reports. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up my screen here and show you a sample of a property report that's been customized. Right. Let me know if you guys can see that. Okay, perfect. So over here, this is one of the, again, sample customized property reports. The first page here is just kind of highlighting the customization options that are available. So as you can see, as I scroll over here, this report is just packed with tons of data, comprehensive data, everything from ownership information, property boundaries, soil types, elevation, land cover, and even resource leasing potential. So whether you're meeting with a landowner, investor, or developer, these reports are a really great and professional way to present property data and insights without having to spend hours of time putting it together yourself. And what's really great is, again, you can customize these with your own branding, just like I've kind of shown here, with your own bio, your contact information. As you can see here, and if you've been on any other webinars that we've done with Craig, the president and co-founder of our company, I just built this sample one out using his information. So with that being said, I'm going to switch over to another tab here, and let me know if you guys can see that, Jaime or Luke.
Yeah, looks great.
Okay. Perfect. So right now I'm in the desktop version of LandApp Pro. In order to customize the reports, again, you do need a subscription, but you can generate unlimited of them, customize as many as you want. And within here, there's a couple things we can customize, but I'm going to start off with customizing the land values within the report. So I selected a property on our map here. I'm in the land value index. I'm going to click on that here. And then what I'm going to be able to do is edit these land values for each category. So you don't have to do this, but you totally can if you want to reflect your local market expertise. We do compile hundreds of data points to provide this estimated land value, but again, you can totally customize it. And how I'm going to do that here, and this will be reflected in the exportable report, is I will click Edit Values, and then you can see that I can assign a custom dollar per acre value or just a custom value for each land type in here. And that's kind of the first customization option within this. But what I'm going to show you now is how we can actually add your own branding and personalized messaging to this report. So if I click export here, what I'm going to do is if I click export, this is just going to send me a PDF property report with no customizations to my email. But if I click customize report, you'll be able to see a ton of different options in here. So these resources here just kind of reflect all the different pages on the property report, but I can uncheck some of these boxes to omit those pages from the exportable PDF. Let's say I want to keep those all in here, so I'm going to keep them checked. But what you can do now is adding the company logos in your own biography. So as you can see in here, you would just click upload, and then you can upload your own logo. I uploaded LandApps here already. And same thing with the biography and personal information. So if you click upload personal picture, that's going to have your photo on there. You can put your name, title, phone number, and then email address and your own bio here. Once I click update biography, that's going to include that in the exportable report. And something I want to mention here too that's really nice is I only have to do this customization once. So anytime I go to export a report, I'm not going to have to manually do this for each one. It's already going to be included in there. Now I'm going to stop sharing my screen and we'll go back to the slides. All right, so just kind of want to talk about the benefits of using these reports. So first of all, they save you a ton of time. Everything's automatically generated and formatted for you. Second of all, they help you show up professionally with high quality visuals and accurate data. And third, they open the door to new conversations and opportunities with clients. So not just about buying or selling land, but also about leasing for renewable energy projects like solar, wind, or even carbon credits. And the best part that kind of ties it all in together is once you've created your reports and you're ready to take action, you can list those properties for lease or for sale completely free on LandApp. Again, your listings will reach not only traditional buyers, but those data center developers, renewable energy developers. So overall, just to sum it up, whether you're using these reports to impress clients, save time, explore lease opportunities, the property reports make it incredibly easy to do. So now I'm going to pass it over to Alok. He's going to show you more about AutoReel and give you some specific tips that you can start using right away to better market your property listings.
Awesome. Thanks, Makayla and Jaime, for driving this so far. I think really kind of continuing this trend and topic around how we can use AI to accelerate the work we're already doing. Really excited to hear more about how we can use it and really purpose-built tools to drive growth, leveraging video and social and AI. Let's go ahead and dive in. So here's the reality when it comes to video marketing today. 92% of home buyers start their search online, and majority of, the clients for realtors, right, buyers and sellers, 73% in fact are more likely to partner with agents who use video, and listings with video get 31% fewer days in the market and 4 times more inquiries for, actual showings and just inbound interest. So it's clearly a no-brainer, as we can see. Now, if it's such a no-brainer, why isn't everyone doing it? Well, that's the opportunity. The pain point is the opportunity where there's a significant time crunch. It takes 3 to 5 hours per video. You guys are using AutoReel today, so you guys can probably kind of resonate with a lot of the challenges that teams are facing, right? There's the time crunch
100%.
aspect. There's the budget constraints. So professional videography costs $500 to $2,000 per property. Totally worth the investment, especially for higher end multi-million-dollar listings. But for everyday properties or for land, it's hard to be able to invest every single time. And so again, tools like AutoReel help fill in this gap rather than totally replace existing and traditional tried and true solutions. There's also inconsistency where both the volume of content, but quality of content, if inconsistent, doesn't help build trust over a greater period and point of time. And then, of course, there's the technical barriers. You have to use various different editing tools. You have to find the trending music that's, doing well in the communities as of today. And there's all the processes to now stitch all of these together before you even get to the point of being able to publish these videos for marketing today. And so the result of that is, under 10% of realtors leverage videos in listings today, and under 85% create less than 2 videos a month. So again, huge kind of opportunity here for people who are willing to use tools and AI and automation to drive marketing on autopilot. And so AutoReel is a great solution to help fill in this gap that we'll cover here in the next slide. And that's exactly the gap that we aim to fill. We help create real estate videos from the static listing photos that you already have. And so you can create property videos from just static photos and add music, voiceovers, templates, branding, all done for you in one platform. And so what used to take 3 to 7 days and cost you $500 to $1,000 is now done for you in 2 to 3 clicks for less than the cost of Chipotle these days. It really is kind of that easy. And Jamie and Makayla, I know you both use AutoReel at LandApp today. Can you share a little bit more about how you're using it, how your experience has been, and how you've integrated it into your workflows?
Yeah, so like we've kind of talked about, the core of LandApp is our listings marketplace, and there are plethora of exclusive listings on there, like properties listed for sale by owner. And in order to kind of market those properties a little bit more, we do make videos out of them using AutoReel. So those are posted on our social media, on our YouTube account. So if you have listed on LandApp as well, and you have, a listing that has like 5 to 10 photos, we would be potentially interested in making a video out of it and then posting it on our social media platforms. And again, how we're doing that is with AutoReel. So it's just a fantastic tool, and it's something that I was so excited when I found it, and I use it like at least multiple times per week. So it just saves a ton of time. When I was doing it manually, at least cut the time in half, if not like spending a third of the time that I would have been spending to do it manually.
Love it.
I would just add to that. People love it. It's really engaging. It looks like really nice drone footage. It looks like you spent $5K on a video for your listing, when I think it comes out to like $10 per video or something. So we use it a lot just to help feature listings.
Love it. No, thanks for sharing your guys' experience really integrating this into your workflow. That's exciting to hear.
We love it. It's our favorite AI video tool.
Love it. We have a few samples. Maybe we can play it here really quick so people can get a better understanding here. It might be a little jittery because we're on a remote webinar, but you can see it's an actual video that's now moving and brought to life. And all of these were static photos one day before they were basically included into, or uploaded into the tool, and then now made into videos. That waterfall is actually moving. It's a little jittery on the webinar, but trust that it's buttery smooth when you actually see the video as well. Kirk, I see that you tried AutoReel or wanted to. We don't have separate plans for commercial agents versus the typical residential real estate. It is purpose built for anything around real estate, neighborhoods, communities, and properties. So we have people who do deal with land or multifamilies in any way and capacity that are able to leverage this for those videos. But reach out to me, and I'm happy to kind of take a look at your use case and get you onboarded.
Do you want me to go ahead and play the one with your avatar example again?
I think it played through. We'll share these resources afterwards. It's a little jittery over webinar anyway, so we'll let them take a look on their own time afterwards.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. So in the spirit of, marketing yourself consistently with quality and with volume, we see people essentially remixing and repurposing each listing for many use cases. So now one property can give you 5 to 10 pieces of content for your marketing channels. We're seeing people market, properties before they're live with coming soon videos, just listed, under contract, or even using this as B-roll for other content as well. And so this way you get a lot more kind of functionality, and video footage that you can apply towards your different channels. And we're seeing people basically overlay this with the real video as well. So realtors will kind of walk into the property or showcase it in the beginning, and then the rest of the video is the AutoReel kind of B-roll. You guys are really smart and strategic over at LandApp using it, where you take the kind of base AutoReel AI real estate video and then make it really fancy looking with Canva to really elevate it and make it look like a true luxury production, which is really impactful for the listings that you have on your marketplace as well. So kudos to you all for really making the most out of these videos as well. But really a lot of
and I like the attitude. Makayla adds some attitude to each video too, which is kind of fun. She makes like some fun, sassy comments, and
yes, that drives engagement for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Let's
And
keep
I have
going.
a quick question for you, Alok, that I just wanted to ask kind of about some new features that I saw you had launched, like AI photo editing tools, like fixing lawns, brightening exteriors. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah. So, what we're seeing today is a lot of, real estate agents or media kind of agencies and marketers will, be stuck using 4 or 5 kind of different tools. They'll use Adobe or Lightroom for editing the photo. Then they'll have a photo where it's still super cluttered. They might try other tools or Photoshop to get it out. Then they take it to AutoReel to create these videos from just the photos. We want to help consolidate that and make that workflow easier. And for last mile touch-ups, things such as decluttering a room, maybe some light virtual staging, applying a twilight or sunset, fixing a lawn. We now support that natively built in at no cost. It's included in your plan. And so this helps again with the final touch up for, basically taking that photo before it's created into a video. And I think a lot of people are really creative in that they, again, in the spirit of getting more volume and content out of one listing, they'll take one photo and repurpose it to create now, multiple forms of video. And so one example of that is now having twilight videos that showcase the outside of the home all during sunset or dawn, compared to one that's more during the daytime, and then they repurpose that for different use cases as well. But it's exciting. We even see people adding Lamborghinis to the driveway, again, because a lot of this is helping people, visualize and manifest what it would be like to live there. And now this way you can add, again, just the last mile touches to really make it your own. When it comes to the different video types that help you win with these listings, you want to have diversity in content too. So your socials and your branding can't be purely your listings. You need to market yourself as an innovative partner and thought leader. You can do so through different video types, such as obviously property walkthroughs that we help you with, but also showcasing your client testimonials, market updates, neighborhood spotlights, and behind the scenes sort of videos to showcase yourself, your process, the unique insights that you have in the local market and community, and just continue to build trust. And that helps you build that brand and acquire leads for your existing listings, but also getting that next set of customers with content that's evergreen and is generating leads for you on autopilot once you build up some momentum. So we'll leave some of these best practices here for you, but essentially you have to have a platform specific strategy when you're creating content. So, Facebook is great for local communities, neighborhood groups, engagement that is localized to your audience and target demographics there. Instagram is very visual heavy, leans younger with demographics, may want more hashtags and emojis, while LinkedIn might be more for professional data-driven insights. And so really you want to be wise and mindful with where you're posting the content. And I think Makayla is doing, a great job, adding her own personality and her own kind of secret sauce all over the videos that makes it more engaging on the socials. And I think you just need to be mindful and apply that accordingly for the different channels like LandApp team is already doing today. Around the topics of SEO, I think it's important here more than ever before, and it's a continuous topic that we've been chatting about through this webinar, right? So beyond just saying you're a real estate agent, be local. Talk about which city, or even better, which neighborhood or communities that you are a real estate agent for. So that means not Austin, Texas. That means Sunset Valley or South Austin or, Lakeaway, wherever that might be. And so that will help you show up in more search results, both on Google, but also on AI results such as ChatGPT. And what they've found is that search results, when you rank on ChatGPT or the other AI-powered search engines, those users are 7 times more likely to convert to being a customer because they have so much more intent than any of these other channels. So it's all about optimizing yourself and putting yourself in places where those platforms can pick up your information, what services you offer, and how you provide them these quality services in those local neighborhoods for your customers. Let's keep going. So we've talked about some of the do's. What are the don'ts, right? What's costing you listings in business? Number one killer, inconsistency. You have to really train the algorithm and give it continuous content so it understands who you are, who you're servicing, and why you're doing so. Lack of call to action. So putting content out there where people like the content you've put out, it made them laugh, but they don't know what the call to action, what is the next step, right? So for LandApp, it might be, if you liked this, would love to market your listing, or would love to help enable you with the free CMA and things like that, right? Poor audio quality, so bad sound, people immediately scroll on to the next piece of content. content that's generic. So things that are stock footage that doesn't feature yourself or the work you do or the listing you're actually working on, it's not going to build any value for anyone through authority or trust. Not having the right platform strategy, so applying the right content for Instagram versus LinkedIn is really going to hurt you. Even us, we have different types of content and posts and captions that we post across different channels because it's different use cases and different audiences there as well. And then of course, coming from Meta, one of the biggest things that we had focused on was everything is metrics and data driven, and you can't improve what you can't measure. So a lot of people will put out content but then not track to figure out what's working and what's not working. And the last one, especially in this day and age, people will be very, selling. They'll be overselling. And in general, we've seen great success with the 80-20 rule, which is provide 80% value, probably 90% value. 10% might be promotion or some sort of offer, a lightweight ask if there's any interest without being pushy or selling in any way.
That makes sense. Well, and just to bring it back to the platform specific strategies, I know for a lot of those different platforms, you have to have different size videos. Can you do that in AutoReel? Can you make them, like mobile orientation and a landscape?
Absolutely. So with AutoReel, you can create videos that are both horizontal, which is great for YouTube and Facebook, and then vertical, perhaps for Instagram or TikTok, maybe even Snapchat. And so it really depends on the platform you're trying to optimize for.
Okay, cool. And can you add like music and editing all within there?
Absolutely. So it's all a one-stop shop in one workflow to add music, add text and captions. And we even give you social media ready captions that is optimized for the different social media channels. And so you can get a caption for Instagram that's going to be a little bit different from the one for Facebook compared to the one for LinkedIn, all done for you when you create your listing video in AutoReel today.
Nice. And that's honestly why we use it so much, is because it makes it so easy. Well, this is kind of like a summary slide. It's basically just trying to summarize everything we've talked about. What I would say here is just remember that video is king and it will likely reign forever. You use video to target users in every part of your funnel. You use it to boost your SEO and GEO strategies by getting more clients, and you use it to close your listings. So I would highly recommend AutoReel to you and all of your colleagues. It's so easy. Seriously, go give it a try. You literally pop in like 5 to 10 photos and it's going to bust you out an amazing reel or a video, whatever you need it for. And it's amazing to add to your listing platform, all of your social media pages. It's a great way to promote yourself as an agent and a good way to close your listings. So this is something we were just really excited to share with you guys. We're so glad that Alok has been on, and we're happy that you could actually learn about this. And I think Makayla even has some special offers for you.
Yes. So thank you, Jaime, for going through that. And yes, we do have some special offers for you. Alok, do you want to just kind of mention what you're offering with AutoReel, and then I'll get into the LandApp Pro?
Absolutely. So for all the folks on our exclusive webinar today, we're giving you both a free 7-day trial to AutoReel, so no risk or commitment. Come see the magic yourself. But also we have the code LandApp30 for 30% off 3 months after the free 7-day trial. That's on any of the monthly plans. So really just want to show the magic and how beautiful these listing videos are. And there's really no risk or cost to get started. And there's a 30% off 3 months code for everyone here as well. And we'll share it out afterwards, I'm sure, so people can make the most of it.
Perfect. And for anyone interested in exploring land and property data further, we've got a great deal going on LandApp Pro. So you can get 2 months free when you purchase an annual subscription plan. So $6 monthly, $72 per year, typically. And after you subscribe, you can email Thomas on our team at tv@landgate.com, and we'll reimburse you for those first 2 months. Again, with LandApp Pro, that's what I was showing you earlier with customizing, exporting, and editing the land values for the unlimited property reports. That is pretty much all we have for you today. I don't see any questions in the chat. Did you guys have any final thoughts, Alok and Jaime?
Yeah, I'll give some quick final thoughts here. But I think first of all, I think the first step is just showing up. So everyone who showed up today on this webinar, thank you for coming and being part of this. I think this is the group, of people who we're seeing a K-shaped outcome when it comes to AI. There's the up and to the right is folks who are on this webinar, learning more, trying to lean in more with powerful tools like LandApp and AutoReel, using AutoReel and AI in general to accelerate the work you're already doing. And then I think the second part is actually starting to take action. So we rounded out with some great kind of next steps and starting points and some easy ways to try it out and see the value. But Jamie, Makayla, and I are here to help support in any way or capacity. So don't be afraid to reach out, and we'll make sure that you're set up, taken care of, and off on your way to success here. Jamie, anything else you want to add on your side?
Absolutely. We'll be following up with emails to everyone in our list. So you'll be able to receive these slides, a recording, so you can share it. It'll be on YouTube, publicly available. There'll also be links for those same offers and links to subscribe to both LandApp and AutoReel. So just let us know if you need anything else through there, and we'll follow up with some additional blog resources as well that just kind of outlines everything we talked through today.
Perfect. Yeah. And that pretty much sums it up. Be on the lookout for that follow-up email. It's going to be coming sometime tomorrow with the recording, the slides, links to take advantage of the offers. But if there are no more questions, that wraps up our webinar. So thank you all so much for joining us and taking the time to be here today. We hope you found everything helpful and look forward to seeing what you do with the tools and insights that we covered. So have a great rest of your day. Thank you.